To order the Tuscarora Township Parks Commission regular meeting April 7th, 2026. It is 6 p.m. Call to order. Alan Maves,
I am here.
Brian Henry,
Present.
Pat McGinnis,
Here.
Doug Schofield,
Yep.
Stacy Cole, present. Public comments on the agenda.
I'm here to comment.
Okay.
I think it's the Marina Park Pavilion. Is that the one that was proposed at the last meeting? They didn't have a lot of information on it, but
Is that what it's on there for, Pat?
Yeah, because they didn't show up,
Yeah, they
Oh.
did not show up.
And this,
and I did have some concerns about it. I wasn't clear if they were talking about Upper Marina Park or Lower Marina Park.
well, I just plain have some concerns. And from my background with being on the Marina Park Commission, at the time that the original plan for Marina Park was presented with a marina, and there was also a band shell in there and a few other things. And I come from a philosophy that says multiple use of space is important. And so that when we got to the band shell, I convinced the commission that it wouldn't be utilized very often. It would be expensive to maintain, and that we could utilize the green space in other ways if in fact we didn't commit it to a band shell. And so that's still my philosophy. You've done a wonderful job with Green Dock because that was the philosophy of Green Dock. It needed to be multi-purpose so that at top of Michigan Marathon, the ambulance and whoever was counting the people coming through or marking them through had a place to be. It's worked out wonderfully, although I'm glad to hear that you're going to do some more signage. But that it was meant to be boat dockage, short-term boat dockage, as well as swimming, and how did we manage that? And I think we've done it quite well. And in the middle of all that, the fire department wanted a hydrant there, and I think that has been accommodated well. So it concerns me in several things about this proposed pavilion and how far they're going to go with it. One of the other things that I did with the Marina Park Commission is I learned my lesson about volunteer donations. And it started, interestingly enough, before Marina Park really got into that with the project playground down at Cooperation Park. And they were very enthusiastic and they did a wonderful job of raising money until they were $40,000 short. And they thought, well, if we put it up, we've got the money to get it started, that while it's going up, we'll raise the rest of the money. And unfortunately, they never did. The Township, or the Parks Commission, I would guess, picked up the $40,000. We've had that experience at other places too, in projects. The Green Dock per se was generated by citizens who wanted it to be improved over what Jane's picture shows it looked like before we did it. And they pledged to raise half of the money if the township would match the other half. The project, as you all know, they always cost more than what you think because there's that time lag while you're trying to get things ducks in a row. And they came up with $80,000, which was admirable, but the Green Docks cost $200,000. And so who swallowed happened to be, we had the Parks Millage at that time, and that 3-year millage, and that we had some extra funds that we could afford to pick up and not make a big issue out of it. I understand that Marina Park, from a water standpoint, is a difficult place to deal with because in the winter, the ground is frozen, but when you have snow on the ground and you can only shovel so much and then you put heat in the tents, you're going to get mess.
right.
We're aware that, we were aware that in the summer, for Summerfest, if you had a hard rain before,
In the mud.
that's exactly right. Only we shouldn't be surprised because Marina Park is downhill.
Right.
And so the major portion of water that doesn't get in the sewers from Main Street on runs down into Marina Park. And in the Jan campground days, which is a long time ago, they had clay tile. Only when they sold the property to the township, or raised the money for the property, that in fact the township didn't feel that they could afford to put in new tile to drain it when they thought it was gonna be a marina, right?
Right.
Well, and the other unfortunate thing about that is that there's a plume in there. I don't know how serious it is. I don't think it is. They're not all over us about that. It came from the gas stations on Main Street. And so putting tile or a drainage system that drains into the river ecologically would be a no-no to DNR to start with, but you also have that plume to worry about. So I understand where they're coming from, that they want to have dry feet, but I think it's a big expense and a big responsibility for the Parks Commission to take on the maintenance of that project, when in fact it's only gonna be used for that 6 days or 7 days out of the year.
Well, the idea behind it is they want it to become the farmer's market, the summer concert series, Summerfest, no more tents. That will be where all of the activities would happen, is in a large pavilion, kind of like Sheboygan's, and it's going to be no frills, just a roof with poles and a concrete slab. So there won't be any real maintenance per se, that way. And it's going to be an open, it would benefit because as it was presented to me, and which they've come twice to me with this, Sally, and it gets the week after Winterfest, everybody's fired up and they blow my phone up and we talk about it, and then it just dies. So I don't know where it's gonna go this time, but the plan is that it would become, that the parks could rent it out for different activities too, and it would be just on the upper part, like where the parking is over there behind the rail, the tracks, between the small pavilion and his parking lot, just in that area up on the top. Nothing down over, and to try and utilize, because we can no longer close Main Street for Summerfest. This just come down, the county's no longer gonna approve that permit. So we're gonna start doing things on the back side.
Do we have that in writing?
Well, I've, on good authority, have that the two people who make the decision for the county are gonna say that they don't want it to happen. So,
Well,
Well, that's
if that's accurate, I think when they come begging us for a millage for the road commission again, that will be a good argument against it.
I understand why, because the traffic back there destroys these back streets.
Yeah.
The semi-traffic, there's just too much traffic anymore to stop and put everybody on the back streets. It's chaos. For me, it's a nightmare. I mean, and then they instantly want to open that thing up at 10 o'clock and let the drunks walk out into traffic. It doesn't make
Tell me where
sense.
they want it again, Doug?
Just like right over behind the rail, where you guys, where we put the garland up? On the other side of the tracks, up there on that nice, hard, flat road bed. It would be up there. And it's not huge. I mean, it was like 80 by 100, 50 by 100. So,
What your minutes said.
yeah, so it wouldn't be a huge, it'd be just similar to the one in Sheboygan, so.
Yeah.
Well, and
So
how is the parks gonna maintain it?
Just the same, it's just gonna be a kind of like every other one. Just blow it off when it needs it, hose it down when it needs it. It's not a huge, if they go with all steel frame, there's really no downside to it for maintenance wise.
Well, the other thing that I think you need to think about is it takes some of your view. One of the things as we plan things out, Mike Ridley had the biggest fit when we put up the first pavilion, because he said, now you can't see down to the Little Sturgeon River. And I said to him, you're wrong, Mike. You can, it's planned so that you can do that. And thank goodness we turned out to be right. the other thing, if you're talking about an upper level, you've got your playground already up there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about moving the
The,
playground?
nope, it'd be the other way, going the other way to the south. It would be like right behind our green space now, through there.
Okay, but I don't think we have that property.
Yep, we own right up to where I have it fenced off.
What you're talking about to the trail.
From the trail up to the road that goes down into Marina Park, that whole chunk back to the pavilion, all that is township.
I don't know. I don't wanna argue about
Right.
it. 'Cause
Well,
obviously we're
it's the rail to trail.
What I'm saying is, I think the, 310, the pavilion or the stone pylon is placed where it is because that's the end of township property.
Right.
Except on the west side, the township has a narrow space.
Right to the edge of that road,
Because
right back.
That's, like I say, it's 310 property, and then everything else over on that side, south, is DNR property.
Right.
Right, so that you're talking about then, it would be right behind where the Christmas tree is.
Yep. They would have to just give the permission from the DNR to work in the right of, in their space probably. I don't know. Like I said, it's came up twice and nobody's done anything with it. It
Okay,
drops right after
I
that. So,
understand that, but I understand about
Yeah.
this town.
oh yes, I know.
History has sometimes got validity to it.
Uh huh.
Because, for example, DNR right-of-way doesn't have as much right-of-way there as you think.
Right.
Because the trail, if you recall, was moved west over to the east boundary so we could get the parking lot in.
Yep.
Because the piece of the parking lot is on DNR property.
And that thing down through there is so zigzagged in and out for accommodating all those different things. And then there's an agreement with the township that we maintain that
Right?
corridor as well. So,
I know.
yeah, there's a lot of hurdles they gotta jump through yet, but it was an interesting proposition to me because it gave a nice dry space for the farmer's market and that kind of
Well,
thing, but.
the other thing that I'm a little protective of, because the ideal space for it would be the pavilion down at Cooperation Park. But what they'll tell you is that they won't go to Cooperation Park, it's gotta be in the middle of downtown.
Yeah,
And that are lucky enough that we have green space downtown, not many towns do. And that I think that it's important that we try and protect that.
oh, I agree with you, Paul. I'm very protective of that space where the Christmas trees are at. People always wanna come in and put
Because
stuff
somebody
in there
wanted
and
to do
it's,
something there
yep.
too, and why didn't we put the parking lot there? Because we wanted the green space.
we took the parking lot out to put the grass there.
Well,
Okay,
All right.
that's all.
All right.
I went too long in citizens' comment.
That's okay. Any more,
That's right, that's good information, thank you.
any more
Thanks,
public
Sally.
comments? Okay, line item 4, board comments on agenda.
I've got one, going back to the pavilion. I'd be totally against it in Lower Marina Park, and I'm against it in Upper Marina Park because it sounds too much exactly like what Toontime wants for their boat show. And I think maybe the farmer market's just a smokescreen, and he just wants to expand and have us cover the expenses of making it a nicer attraction for his boat show. He makes a lot of comp picking money off of that, and I just think putting a big structure up there that would be used once or twice a year would deprive the people who want to park near there, get the kids out to play, have family events in the pavilion that's there. So I would be totally against any pavilion going in there right now unless they really have a good argument. But I think it's Toontime trying to come in the back door.
I would like to make a change to the agenda. I'd like to move item number 15, the job posting, to 16, and add, and in 15 put in place a letter of resignation.
So 15 will be a letter.
Correct. And the reason I'm doing that is because then the job posting would
Okay.
be all encompassed.
You can do all of them at once.
Correct. Any other board comments on the agenda?
Just to note that we've doubled the people.
I was gonna say, yeah,
attendance.
we're getting like citizens.
Holy cow.
Wow, we have 3 people. How exciting.
Yeah, but you're the, I'm sorry, we haven't been here before, because I'm sure that you're the most interesting and fun coming.
So we've had public comment on the agenda. Is there anything you want to talk about this on the agenda?
I have no idea what's on the agenda.
Jane will hand you a copy, or there's one there.
There's an extra copy if anyone wants.
We've just added a letter of resignation to the agenda.
We moved them around. 15 is now gonna be a letter of resignation, 16 is gonna be job posting.
Well, I didn't get here in time. I would have asked if you could give me 5 minutes to talk about,
Well, we're still adding to the agenda
Right.
right now.
We can
so-
still add to the agenda.
so add me to the agenda for
Okay.
5 minutes. I don't, Trudy may have already talked to some of you about this. It's the county 5-year parks plan.
Okay. No. Put that at 17?
Well, that's, how long does John want to stay here, right?
What is it gonna be?
17?
Okay.
Our,
Yeah,
our
what is
meetings don't
17
go that
going to
long.
be?
The park, 5-year parks plan?
Okay.
County.
County, sorry. Okay. Any other board comments on the agenda? Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make that motion.
I'll go ahead, Brian.
I'll second.
Brian second. All in favor?
All right.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Okay, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from last month's meeting?
I so move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Line item number 7. May I get a motion to approve paying of the bills?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Line item 8, grant writer. What is that?
Well, I was kind of thinking we'd, actually, I was thinking Trudy would be here, but, to hire Nico as a grant writer because
Well, you're.
It's
that
already
was
done.
at the last
It's
meeting.
already done.
Nico's got the
So
job
it's,
done.
So that's not a, okay.
So-
a non-issue.
Yep.
Line item 9, Marina Park Pavilion.
And as no one's here to talk
No
about
one's
it,
here to talk
so,
about that.
perfect, this is going great.
Line item 10, update on Green Docks Police Area.
Okay, in talking with Doug, if I understand correctly, he's all prepared to put in the new boards and stuff for the area. I've talked to both Gordon and Jeff about getting the legal wording for the signs that will go up that limit that docking area on the north end of the Green Docks to strictly law enforcement personnel. In the past,
So,
there have been cases where Tim, the Marine Patrol guy, has come up there and hasn't had a place to tie up. Also, in case of an emergency and the fire department needs to get in there for some reason, I just think we need a place where the law enforcement knows they can go to and stage for an event. It would not prohibit people from sitting there because they can be moved quickly. But if someone ties up there and then goes into town,
Mhm.
it creates a problem. So The chief and Jeff said they would get with Tim, with the Sheboygan County Sheriff's Department, and come up with the wording. We've got to decide, I think, are we paying for the signs, or will the county pay for the signs?
County may very well pay for the signs. If they don't, there's probably, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the organization, but I know the ladies that put out the life jacket stations and the reading signs and stuff like that. They have access to money for those type of things, and
So-
would be happy to jump on board, I'm sure. But just so I'm clear on where you're talking for the police area, I thought it was gonna be at the south end of where we're gonna allow boats to park, correct? Because we're only gonna go halfway down with boat parking, and the rest was to be swimming to the ladder, was the way I understood it. So the very last spot of parking was going to be for the police, the way in
So
my
you're
mind.
suggesting south end where the white fence is?
It's gonna be pretty close to about where the fire hydrant's at.
Yeah.
Somewhere right in there
W-
will be the
actually-
last place, and that's where the cops can tie up, and then the kids can swim from there on down. They don't have to go out and around the boats.
Yep.
And I have all the cleats made and ready to be put down. The boards are painted and white with the sand on it for where they're gonna get out. And then once we decide what we're gonna do, I'll figure out what I need to get ready for the police, whether it's, we just paint that area, or if we need to put track, you know what I mean?
Well, as far as the actual location of it, I'd defer to you.
Okay.
I just think we need a designated area for law enforcement to tie.
Oh, I do too. I don't think it's a bad idea. I just
The
wanna make
reason
sure.
I was thinking at that north end is because that's where the fire department during top of Michigan race traditionally sets up. But it could go anywhere. The fire trucks, I understand, are quite movable.
Yeah,
Could you explain for us, are we talking about upriver or downriver?
okay. You know where the hydrant's at down there? About from there roughly, I'm in my head right now, I can't see it, all, is going to be docking. We're gonna put tie up so they can tie their
Is that
boat.
Upriver from that space?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Going toward the lake, upstream. So then the kids will be able to jump in at the end of the boats and go to the ladder.
Okay.
And not have
Without-
to come out around the boats and possibly a boat coming down, not see them come out and,
And the signs that Pat got made last year warning people, I'm gonna get with either the Fishers or one of those people along on the downstream side will allow me, I'm sure, to put a sign on their dock. They're all very easy to work with on green dock problems down there. They have been, so. And then the other one I'm thinking we'll put at Hideaway Park. If you put it at the far end of our dock at Hideaway Park, it's out, you will see it coming past the boathouse, and it gives everybody a heads up that something's going on in there. So,
Thank you.
well,
And those two signs would have flashing lights on them to draw attention to them.
Do they go off at night?
but we're gonna have to look for something different, because the ones we have now only come on at night. So, when we got them out and we're
They're
messing with
not
them,
gonna
they only.
They're not really bright lights. They're just solar powered.
I'm kidding.
Right. Oh, but no.
I
You
mean,
could
we
blink a
could
bulb white
direct
pen
them
down
up
there.
the hill
LED.
at
Just
about a
come out at
40-degree
night.
angle
You could,
and put a
Blink
parabolic
a
reflector
pin light
on it
down
to
there so
really
they
light
don't
up
complain
a
about
house
There
at
you
the top of the
go.
hill.
We all know that.
so,
Okay, so,
yep, that's covered. We're moving ahead on that. Great.
all right.
Is-
Item
okay.
number 11, update on green dock sign.
You're on. You're on,
You're up,
Jane.
Jane.
The frame for the kiosk. Doug has it, it's arrived and
Awesome.
we took the boxes, he's got them down in the storage thing. So when the ground is ready and he knows where it's gonna go, then he'll get that installed. This is a draft of what this kiosk sign would be. I just have this printed at Walmart, so I could get a larger proof that I could actually read. So the idea is as many eyes could see on it, any suggestions. This is where the QR code will go. We're doing a little extended version of the video that we've already created that will give an opportunity to show more of the boats, because we have a lot of really neat boat pictures coming down of the old boats and things.
cool.
So we're extending it a little bit to be able to show more of the history of the river and the boat works and all of that. So if anybody has any suggestions, please, if there's any spelling or if there's any wording or punctuation, if you think, you know, the text should be smaller or larger or whatever, I'm open to any kind of, you know, suggestions. And this is so that we can kind of see it. And this is the concept that I have. Yes.
That's the actual size.
This is the actual size. This is 24 by 36. It's the same size as all of the other kiosks in town. And the kiosk frame is the same, looks the same as all of those too. So this will be printed on a hard board, Deca Digital.
Yeah, it's a plasticky, they're very user friendly, I mean,
The frame, in the box with the top frame, there is, an acrylic acrylic that will go over the top. And so then this will just be on a hard board under, however it fits in there, I don't
yep,
know how to
but,
do it.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
simple.
Okay, so if anybody wants to take a look and give me any suggestions, you know, please, I appreciate it. The more eyes, you know, before it's actually
Right.
finally printed and installed, so.
I just want to say thank you again for doing this. This is amazing.
My pleasure.
I think it's great for people to know the history behind it. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
It was awesome
There
to
is
learn
a
the
lot
history
of-
behind
a lot of
it.
history, and in fact, in researching this part of the history, I've gotten a whole lot more, and I thought, you know, we really need to do a documentary just on the trains and the boats coming through there, because there's a lot that I
And those
couldn't include.
Pictures
Yeah,
that
I'd
you've
like to-
been posting
Yeah.
of things way back when that I remember some of them is
Yeah.
just amazing.
Right, well, this
I know.
picture was taken, I found Sally is one of the ones that was taken when Marina Park, shortly before we started the renovation. So you can see a little bit of the green paint, you know, still on there, and, you know,
Awesome.
it's just a lot of, so,
This is awesome.
anybody take a look after when you get a chance and give me
Okay.
any suggestions. And that
Thank you.
includes both of the audience members as well. Thank
Okay,
you,
thank you.
that's it.
Line item number 12, topo display request.
I guess I'll address that.
Okay.
'Cause it,
Jane received an email from Sally, I think with
It's Becky,
with an individual from top of Michigan. They want to put some type of display stand up that honors top of Michigan. All the details haven't been finalized, but I'm thinking if we go with a display stand like the ones we have there already and going with a brick or something to identify individual participants of the race who have died and stuff, that would be the best way to do it. Kind of like what we're wanting to do with the veterans pure brick replacement.
Yep, the only questions I would have are who's responsible for the maintenance and who's selling the tiles?
That would be all top of Michigan.
it was just, you know, was it Rebecca? Who's the top of Michigan treasurer secretary?
Oh, there's Sam Fairburn is the one I deal with. She's the commander.
All right, well, it was the one that does all of their marketing.
Okay.
And they texted my brother Pat and said, what do we would, you know, like to do something, some kind of a thing, whether it's a bench or whether it's whatever. They just wanted to know who to contact. And I said, you need to talk to the Parks Commission. So they would probably come in and give you an idea of what they're thinking of doing. Or would
At
like to.
one time it was thrown around about having a finish line memorial where they would place it behind the walkway on the pier, you know, like into the grass area. At the finish line would be like a monument that they could add tags to every year. And it would be all on them, absolutely nothing from the township. That came up one time and I was, at that point, thought it was a good idea. It solves every person that's a boat racer that wants to put a kiosk down there
Yeah.
to honor their loved one. Which, how many of them, they want to do it, I get it. It's like, we sold the bench, the woman bought the bench last year to honor somebody. By doing a memorial like that, some sort of a statue that they can keep adding, it keeps that able to be done. We're running out of space to put benches and garbage cans in.
It's,
You know what I'm saying?
it was just, she wanted a contact.
Okay.
So that's why we put that on
Yes.
there. I can forward, you heard the text, I might still have it.
Yeah, I would be interested to talk to him.
And right next to the small pavilion might be an appropriate place.
Yep, right in there somewhere because that's where their finish line, right in that area. And they don't have much room left down there when they fill that up. So they'd be the ones that are taking their precious space.
Well, right near that pavilion is where the Hagrels already have their display.
Yep, they have one right there along that walkway. Yep. There's a lot of options.
But the only problem you have long-term is that if somebody else wants to do it, then somebody else wants to do it.
With everything we do, every time you accept something, you have to look at the possibility that 10 more people are going to want the same thing. And at that point, how do you say no? And the other thing is getting these things where they don't have a maintenance trail.
Yep.
Is the biggest thing. I mean, for years, the township has taken on many, many wonderful things. But nobody ever figured out how we're gonna take care of them.
Who's responsible, whose budget's responsible?
Right, where's the money coming from to do this maintenance?
Veterans Pier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it just,
Okay.
all right.
Line item 13, CIP/millage request.
I've handed out a sheet of items that I think would be capital improvement items, and for the most part, I priced out roughly what it would cost, and we're at roughly $825,000. And I was thinking a possible millage, which would never pass anyway, but we'll put it out there and see, because you just go through this list of the capital improvement items, everything on here needs to be done. None of it are luxury items. But it's just there for our considerations. On the back side of it, paperclip to it, are the regulations and steps to get a millage on the November ballot. Like I said, I just don't think the citizens would really go for another millage. A lot of people are having a tough time with taxes as it is, but at least I think we have the obligation to at least ask. So that's about it. And if you come up with other things that we actually need, add to the list. But the problem with going out with a millage on this, some of this stuff, not trying to make you feel bad, Doug, but when you leave, your pickup truck leaves, and we don't have a pickup truck. So,
Yep, oh no,
we,
exactly.
we
I
need to
mean,
come up with the money
if
for
the
a
next guy
pickup
doesn't
truck.
want to use his
We
truck,
need,
you're-
to fix that wall down there. We need to replace the veterans' bricks. We need a way to get the bricks up off the ground so they last longer. I mean,
oh yeah, it's, everything on this list is needed. There's no, and I could just name about 4 more just off the top of my head, easy, but no, you need something and show them that if they don't want to do a millage, then you got to figure out how you're going to do it.
I have a question, I guess new tractor. Did we already get a new tractor? We need another one?
Oh, the big tractor, the one that we used until we got the replacement tractor, is 15 years old.
Okay,
It is tired. It's been used hard. You're at the point where it no longer, if it breaks down, it's not going to be worth fixing. So then you're scrambling to get one. What you got to get in the habit of is getting these things and getting rid of them when they still have some value.
okay, hold on though, because that's not answering, but you said the
We
one
got
we
a
bought
tractor.
was to replace that
The
one.
smaller tractor.
Okay,
We have a bigger tractor with a bucket on it that we
Gotcha.
use to move
okay,
and do.
okay.
We have two
That's where I
different
was
size
confused.
tractors.
That's where I was confused, okay,
One does the little one does the snow blowing and the sidewalks. We
Right.
have one with a loader bucket on the front that I use to push the snow banks back and up. We load in all of the wood bark that we haul to the playgrounds. We make the compost that we make out back, pushing it up with the tractor.
okay.
And it's
Right,
ready to
okay, I
be
just was-
replaced.
I didn't realize we had two, that's where I was confused. Playground equipment, just at Cooperation Park, what are we talking?
Yeah,
Cooperation.
Cooperation Park. If
we-
you look at Cooperation Park, the playground was built in 2000. There has only been, last year on our grant, I put 2 new pieces of playground equipment in there. It's plastic. It's faded, it's chalky, it needs to be, it's
becoming
still hanging in there. You
brittle.
can go a while, but when you do something like this, you gotta throw if you try to go out there and you try to get 6 new trucks, people aren't gonna help you.
Oh, I know, I'm just,
But if you can show them a shiny new playground or something in the
Yes.
pictures that we're gonna do this too,
yes.
that's what those
Which is where
things-
we fall into the, somebody wanted to build it and now who's responsible for making sure we maintain it and the upkeep?
Correct,
That
but
falls
this,
on us.
yeah, but in the playground situation,
Oh, I
to
agree.
me, that's
The
more just
playground-
of a maintenance thing.
Of the
You
play-
already are
It's like
taking
your
care of it.
basketball courts.
Yeah.
This is improvement
Yes.
of a project that was done in 2000.
Right, and just at some point you have to put money
Yes.
back into
Oh, I
it.
agree, I'm just, yes, I'm just,
Is there another copy of that? Is there another copy down there?
we can make copies before.
Oh, yeah,
You can have
Mine.
this one.
I just wanna look, I just
You're
wanna.
No, you can have this one. I've got it on the computer, so.
But,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, that's all the, like, the
I'm just,
playground
I'm
was
not
just,
disputing,
no.
I'm just asking.
No, it was
I
just to
got
try to,
questions.
because, make things some,
Right.
you want
So-
some people to get something. They,
Okay, so I guess, is this line item just for us to decide if we're,
Just to be informed.
okay, it's nothing we're
It's
deciding
nothing-
on right now?
Yeah,
Okay,
except we could take and have a motion to proceed with drafting a possible millage request wording. But, that's about all we can do at this stage of the game.
which, that
So-
would be appropriate.
I was gonna say, and then I will make a motion to have someone word it, because if we're talking this has to be done by July, this is already April.
Exactly.
So, if
Well-
we're going to do it, then the request needs to be in by July 28th, is that what I saw? Yeah,
Or you don't do it until November, correct?
no, for a November general election,
Okay,
it
they
must
have
be submitted, filed
July.
by Tuesday, July 28th of 2026.
Okay, okay.
So,
I thought
I
you were
would-
trying to get it on a July election.
No,
I was like,
no. So I would make a motion for Pat to
Be ready, Jane.
Jane to come up with the wording of how we would
We
want
would try to have it by the upcoming meeting,
the May
the
meeting.
May meeting.
Okay,
And then tweaks could be made then, and then at the June meeting, we could approve it and have the wording and meet the July deadline.
perfect. So I make the motion to have Pat / Jane come up with the wording for it, and
And did I hear Brian second it?
Yes.
okay, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Line item 14, update on grant.
Trudy went way above and beyond and took that, we approved the grant writer, and Trudy got everything together, got all the people together, spent hours and hours anyway. As everybody, I don't know, you put grants together, you know what it takes to do a Hail Mary on a grant. She pulled it off, and we got our grant application is in.
Awesome.
The only thing is we're now on a $200,000 grant instead of, so we,
Instead of what?
we were looking at the time we were talking about 100,000.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to make more match money up. That's all, which we have some of it, we are getting some FEMA money for the storm.
Do we have to match dollar for dollar?
No, 25% of
Okay.
is your
the
match
grant?
money.
Okay,
But
okay.
being that we've went higher, we need to
right, but, okay,
raise more. So, but it's not that substantial, but someone needs to, as soon as this, if we make it to the next round, somebody needs to, from the parks, needs to be in charge of and take this grant on and stay with it, because after the grant, you get awarded it, there's still things that need to be done. And that's not her responsibility to do that. She's went way above to help you get as far as you are along with it. And Trudy's just, to be honest with you, she's overwhelmed with everything that's going on right now. There's all the sewer stuff and we just, someone from the parks needs to step up on this grant and be the lead to help her move forward.
so that's something we can, try to figure out, discuss once we know
So
if we go to the
basically, you're
next
saying on the
stage.
grant, we'd have to have $50,000 of matching.
Yes, yep, we gotta come with that, and I think we have like, I don't quote me on this, but the number sticking in my head is like 30 from FEMA or something like that.
I think the total grant, the total possible grant award was 150,000.
Okay.
And this grant would be used for what?
This is to put bathrooms,
Bathrooms
the
down there.
concrete bathrooms,
Okay.
precast, all
Well,
done.
how much
It's
of
a-
that, in Sewer District 1, there was a line item grant for the bathrooms at DeVoe Beach. That money, according to the last township meeting, Mr. Kramer and Janet Vance both said the money's still there, you just have to bring it back, claw it back from somewhere.
Yeah.
So how much was that line item?
I have no idea, and I don't even wanna go there.
What was that?
I think he misspoke. I don't think it's there. You'll have to talk to Trudy. I know she
I-
added after he made that comment.
Bob Kramer filed for 2 different failed grants for that bathroom while he was here, so I'm assuming there's no money there.
We'd have to ask her.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
He
sure
moved it somewhere else.
yeah,
Exactly.
if it was in there, it got, yeah, that. Yeah. And-
All right, so we need people
Peter
to
could pay Paul.
yeah,
think about who might be willing to help out on that.
typically with the grant, there's someone from the department that is applying for the grant would be assigned as a grant coordinator. And your responsibilities are to like keep a notebook of all the invoices and check stubs and stuff, because at the end, you get audited and you'll have to provide that.
Right, that's what I'm saying, so we'll have to figure out
yeah,
who.
yeah, and when the project's going, you're the person that, yeah, there's just the. And
Line item 15. Letter of resignation.
Yep,
Tuscarora Township Park Board of Trustees. I'm writing this letter to notify you I will be resigning my position as Parks and Rec Maintenance Supervisor effective June 19th, 2026. Thank you for your support, Doug Schofield, Park and Rec Maintenance Supervisor.
What was the actual date?
June 19th.
You wanna just keep mowing grass for fun?
I have my house.
So we're gonna vote on this, right?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
you got it.
Okay, so all in favor? Oh, sorry, Doug.
Didn't pass. Yeah.
I was just
I-
thinking you're gonna have a hard time getting a vote on that one.
I would like to say I'm sad for us, but good for you.
Well, I'm,
Congratulations on quitting beating your body up.
it's all for my health, man.
I know.
That's
We
just
know.
it. I'm tired of having surgery.
It has. You've done an amazing job.
I'm not going anywhere.
I know. Oh, trust me, I know, and I have your number.
Everybody does.
I got your number.
Yeah.
But I do want to thank you for everything that you have done for all these years. You will be missed.
I have enjoyed it.
I just have one question. Are you gonna give up the secret mix for the flowers?
Well, wasn't sure I was going to give up the flowers.
Okay.
I mean, I think I can still drive through town for an hour every morning. I just, haven't quite my four-wheeler died, and I'm figuring out what we're going to do to get it hauled, but yeah.
That goes back to that CIP list.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm
small
actually,
flat.
the old snowblower tractor runs in two-wheel drive, and there's an old water tank that goes on a three-point hitch. I might retrofit that, so I just drive the old tractor through and do it with that. That's my thought at this
So
point.
he's not really leaving us.
No,
Just can't do the stuff that's beating you up.
Right. Well, if I stay here, I do things that I shouldn't.
Really? Huh, surprise, surprise.
I can't see work and not do that. I'm been that way for a long time, right, Sally?
So we need
Actually,
a
the thing is, these
motion
days,
to accept
Do we?
Huh?
his
Oh,
resignation.
okay.
Yeah, that's what
All right.
most of mine is from the years of doing the rock walls.
All right, I guess we need a motion to accept his letter of resignation.
With regret.
I refuse to do that.
Right.
I guess I regretfully make a motion
I will second the motion
to
with,
accept
regret.
Doug's letter of resignation.
but I know Doug can get sucked back in. pretty
Yes, he
easy,
can.
So
Yeah.
All
Trust me,
right,
a lot of nights have been spent thinking this thing through.
I'm sure. We gotta vote on it, don't we?
I
No?
think you do. You just have to
Yeah. All in
accept it. I
favor?
mean,
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
aye.
All opposed? Al's just
Abstain.
standing- He's standing mute. Okay, line item 16. So instead of job posting, we need job postings.
Correct. We need our
need to-
two seasonals,
We need two seasonals.
and
Okay,
then
yours.
for mine, and that one's to,
Season.
you're gonna have to figure out wording and stuff.
Positions.
That'll be how you want it.
Looking at a little beyond the job posting, once you get applicants, we've got to decide who's going to interview them. And regardless who it is, I think Doug needs to be there during any interviews of his replacement, so he can make sure they have a clear understanding of what the board expects.
Well, yeah, and who would answer the questions that they had other than me, you know what I mean? You don't really know what I do. You know what I do, but you don't know what
Exactly how it's
mean,
done
yeah.
and how you,
Yeah.
exactly.
I do. Yeah, no, I've always planned on being involved with that part of it and get them started. And whenever they want me to leave, I will be
Well, what you
happy.
could do is make them show up at 5:30 in the morning when you're watering
Yeah, there you
flowers,
go.
and during the time you're watering flowers, discuss this stuff with
There
them.
you go.
All right, so we will get those postings.
I'll make a recommendation, we post an opening for a parks maintenance supervisor.
And
And
two
two
seasonal
And
employees.
two seasonal employees.
Yeah,
Because we need to get going on that because that's, time's gonna be here before we know it.
and what about reposting for a parks commissioner?
We haven't had much luck at that,
No, we don't.
but you're such a fun group.
Well, Sally, you're here tonight.
We have people who don't,
If you come to too many of those, you're gonna wind up sitting up here.
right, that's what happened to Brian.
On that,
That's how I got on Marina Park.
We just have people who wanna tell us what we're doing wrong, but they don't wanna help.
on that note, I am sitting in on the chamber job fair Saturday.
Oh, right
So,
on.
did look for the two seasonals,
Perfect,
so.
okay. All right, so Pat made a motion to post for the supervisor 2 seasonal positions. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Line item 17, 5-year county plan. Dawn?
Some notes. I'll get these to you guys and I'm gonna tell you that they changed a little bit. Pass them down.
Thank you.
So, the county, back on March 15th.
Can I get you to talk a little bit louder?
Back on
Sorry.
March 15th, the county, had Linda Damer. She is from, NEMCOG, come in. The county is going to be updating or creating a new 5-year Parks and Rec plan. They had a bunch of leftover money, NEMCOG did, in the form of grants. So they were asking townships if they would like to participate in this 5-year rec plan update. They did not call Tuscarora Township because they looked on our website and saw that we had one already. But ours expires December of 2027. So I asked the question, can we participate? Is there any reason why we can't update early? And the answer was no, there is no reason why we can't update early. So there were 3 other townships, I think it was Benton, Bow Grand, and I can't remember the third one. That's what I was kind of looking for some notes. But so they did say they would include Tuscarora Township. So you guys, so it would be covered, totally covered by this grant. So the process has already started. They came in, what they decided to do, you'll see that it says on April, or March 16th, she was going to contact the townships to confirm their participation. Well, instead of doing that, they decided to run through the planning commission. So they came into the Linda came into the planning commission with the, there's some questions attached, because they're going to do a survey. And the planning commission went through the questions and determined what was in, what was out, or what needed to be added. She will be coming back through. I have another schedule that I can provide you guys. She will be coming back through contacting the townships. I left a message with her last week to find out if there was anything else that we had to do, if there was any documents that you guys would need to sign. But my assumption is that you guys want to save the tens of thousands that it costs and get it done early and have it covered by grant.
Mhm.
So I'll reach back around, but someone from the Parks Commission will need to be like a point person on this that they can contact to set up meetings, because they will come around to the townships that are participating and set up meetings. And I'm sure there's going to be some hearings just like you guys had with the last update, which
when we
I don't
did
think
it.
any of you guys were involved. You were.
That was.
Yeah. So, so you don't need to worry about the questions. We were supposed to have them this week. The survey was supposed to go out. It's going to be electronic, just like we did with master plan the last time around. So there will be a link supplied to us, and we'll probably put it out on social media and everywhere else we can put it out, so that we have input from our community too.
What time typically do they want to do these meetings? Is it during the day, do you know?
She's pretty open. I mean, we meet at 7:00 at night, so she was, she's been coming to our planning meetings.
I mean, what is, they're costly, but it wasn't like labor intensive.
No, it's
I
not.
don't remember it being very,
No, it's not. And with the email that I sent to her, I haven't gotten a response yet from her, but I asked her, you know, if I gave her the link to our 5-year plan so she could take a look at it.
and
The-
we can cut and paste good portions of our 5-year
Yeah.
plan, can just go in. What's really hard is when you start from scratch and you have to come
Yeah.
up with all of the, we have the lists of all of our areas and what we provide and who we provide for, you know, our demographics, all that stuff.
Yep.
And the county has them too, and they'll help you plug them in. It's not cumbersome. It's
I
just
feel like
some,
we would just need to update.
yeah, we're
update
just,
what we currently
yep,
have.
you wanna take
Yeah,
like,
so
we'll
and-
take up doing, the tennis court project was on the old 5-year plan.
Yeah.
It's completed. Now we can take that out
Oh.
and we can add
Basketball courts.
pickleball courts in the rink or whatever that comes back. You're gonna get citizen input. They're gonna give you what they would like to see. And I'll tell you, one thing that's gonna come up back high is a dog park. They've been pushing for that that's gonna be high on there. And another thing is a disc golf course. But you use them, you use your what needs and you put it out there. It's not
Yeah.
it wasn't bad at all. I remember when we did it. It was,
Well, I'm not sure if Trudy got any additional email. I can check with her tomorrow, but like Doug said, she's pretty buried right now, and I think that probably somebody on Parks should, you know, interact with these folks. The Planning Commission will, to the extent that they're coming in and sitting down with us, and I can just keep you guys advised on that. But when it comes to the community part of it, if they're gonna set up meetings with, the individual communities that are participating. And like I said, it's a great opportunity because everything's gonna be covered, and I don't remember for sure, but didn't you guys spend like 14 grand?
it was quite expensive, yeah, I remember. when
Yeah,
we
the
did it.
last
And
time, so if we can get this done for free because they have excess grant money, we should do it.
Absolutely.
And I'm willing to assist anyone in doing it, but I can't do it. You know, I mean, I'll help you, but I can't be the one. It needs to be one of the elected people that I would assume that does it. I shouldn't be able to,
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'll help provide answers to anything to,
Yeah.
but
I got a question though, on the questions on number 9, the last one, the trail riding, do they mean like horses or
I
bikes?
I think
or-
it's bike trails. Those all changed and we went through a different set of questions. Some of them were the same, but a lot of them changed. And then there were some we took out because we didn't think they applied, and
we check every part of trail riding.
yeah.
Walking, bike.
So that was just her sample that she brought in at the time.
Some people have rentals.
I think it's a good concept. I'd be in favor of, with modifications, with the list of questions and stuff, I think it's positive.
Yeah, I don't know if we're able to change any of the questions. I'd have to get a list of what we already went through, because she came back and, they had made the decision that it was easier just to work directly with the planning commission. And so there's a group of us from all over, but
Right.
I looked specifically for things that we needed to address for here.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it just like,
It's money well not spent.
correct.
Because you can't do anything with grants once
Unless you
your
have a
5-year
five-year
plan is expired. So if you can gain 3 years for nothing,
Before.
it's worth whatever you do. You know what I mean? It's for nothing. So
Okay. I think it's a great idea. I personally think we should do it. I would like to say that I could be that point person. Here's my issue I'm having right now, anyhow, is with my new job that I have and the hours that I'm working. I'm not super free with a whole lot of stuff. But if this isn't like super time consuming and it can be in the evenings, as
I-
long as it's not
Most
too
of
late in the
stuff is
evening.
during- Yeah.
Because
of
most
the
days I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work. So, and Doug will help me.
Yeah, I mean, anything, if you have questions or stuff that you don't, I can find out that stuff, I mean,
Okay.
or I might know it, I mean, most of the,
My biggest issue is trying to get into the offices when people are still here for me to talk to them about stuff or to go over it because I don't get out of work in time and get back to the
right, but if you need
before
something, you
anybody's
could ask me and
gone.
I could come in and find out what you needed. Can help you that way.
But keep in mind, you're only here till
June,
June
too, but-
officially.
Oh, and then it can go on the Parks Commission board.
Right. Then we can vote him
That's a
in
good
on
thought.
the Parks
That's a good
Commission.
thought.
I live 100 yards
Actually-
outside the
Oh, that's right.
township.
He doesn't live in
There is
Tuscarora
a
Township.
vacancy, right?
Yeah,
live
but
just
you
over
can't
the
go
whole
out of
street.
the
Township.
I'd
township.
be more than happy to rent you a room.
Was
Isn't
it
there
planned?
Isn't there some kind of a thing that you can get around?
No.
Nope.
Bo
Nope.
tried when he was president or chair of the board.
No, it's,
Yeah,
you have to be a qualified elector in
He
the
could
township.
be. You could be a I can't think of the word I want to say, but you could just kind
a
of
non-voting,
correct. Like
No.
Andrew was, because he wasn't
Yeah.
18. Like, I mean, not necessarily
wouldn't
on
be
the
on the
board,
board,
but you
though.
can give ideas, you can
But
help.
he was within the school district, he was representing the youth of the township,
Right.
and he
Doug
was a
would be
very
volunteer
valuable.
out in the audience.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
He can just be a sounding board.
Anybody can come, anybody from the state can, or anybody in the country can come and sit in your meetings.
right. You
I
just have
think
no
since
vote.
this is a countywide initiative, just living in the county would qualify him to be a,
That's exactly. He
Right.
lives in Sheboygan County.
You might also contact Jim Burke and Jennifer Andrew because they were involved in the last.
Last time they did, yep,
update.
yep.
You were on the board at that time, but at the tail end of it. So I'm sure they would
Mm-hmm.
be glad to, help.
Help with it, yeah, I remember. It wasn't, I don't remember it being that hard.
No, NEMCOG pretty much does all
They
the
did
work.
it, they did about everything. You just,
That's why you pay them 14,000.
yeah, you sent them, right. You just sent them the answers to the questions like we just did with the, they'll need to know how much of this is
Yeah.
what.
It's
or,
kind
you
of the
know.
same as
Yeah.
the master plan.
Yeah,
I mean, we
pretty
just
much.
met, yeah.
Yep, a lot of cut and paste,
So,
but a lot of it. I mean, that thing's that thick when you're done, so.
Send them a ton of photos.
so I make a motion that we do this. Is that? I mean,
Yeah,
is that all we have to do? You just
I don't,
do
there
we even
might be
have to do
there
that?
might be some paperwork that has to be signed. I need to find out, because I
Okay.
thought she said there was something that had to be signed.
okay.
But I haven't seen it yet, so.
Okay.
I'll,
So I mean, do we have to have a motion, or we just
I think we do.
okay? So.
The only concern I have is when she says that if so, the only item I need from them right now is their concurrence on the draft survey questions. Well, the draft
yeah,
if they're just draft, we can concur with that, but I see some needed modifications.
well, so the draft, I think what they did was the last meeting that they came in couple weeks ago, they had changed that piece of it and decided that to bypass and just have the planning commission review the questions before they went out for the survey. So we did, these are, the questions that are attached are not all of the questions that went out in the survey, and some of them we changed. Because they either didn't make sense for some of us. And really, if you look at the county, other than the city of Sheboygan, which is, I think they have their own 5-year plan. Other than them, the rest of the townships, none of them have Parks Commission like we have. None of them really have a 5-year plan. So that's why Benton, I think it was Benton and Beaugrand, they're the next two that are about the size of us that would be probably looking for grant money to enhance some of their parks. So that's why they decided to jump on board. It's free, so.
Dan, if it's free.
Why wouldn't you? Correct.
The other concern I would have is with number 17. I would rephrase that a little bit because I don't think too many people in Indian River is worried about Sheboygan County Marina.
No, but remember,
that's
this
why
is
I think
everybody,
to
so,
make it
Right, it
yeah,
Sheboygan County Marinas.
yeah.
That would incorporate improvements throughout the county on the waterfronts, not just
I think this,
Sheboygan County, because we can't even get to Sheboygan County Marina without going through the
No,
locks.
Right, but you have to understand though, this is, since it's county-wide, there are people who live in Indian River who are probably using that marina.
And they wanna vote for
Yeah.
improvements there. And
Yeah,
it's not just targeted at our park system, it's
It's-
targeted at the
So we
county
tried to make
park
the
system.
questions
The
as
other thing I
generic.
would like to see added to questions is the Sheboygan County Airport, because I'm a strong advocate for having these remote,
But it's not a
Remote-
park,
Yeah.
Huh?
That's
not a park.
that's not,
not parks, but it could be in the guise of these remote controlled modelers that do these fly-ins around the country.
That's
This
gonna
is-
be in the master plan, but not,
Right.
not,
Well,
not a
well,
parks recreation.
Actually, it shouldn't concern what their questions are, just that they're gonna give us a new
Mhm.
5-year plan for free.
Yeah.
That should be because once we've got that, then we're qualified for
Yeah.
grant
I mean,
applications.
if you read through the questions, they're pretty generic. They would fit almost any community that has a park even in it. The only ones that were more specific are, like you said, the county marina.
in the
But there's
fairground.
gonna be people who live here that use it. We did.
Okay.
My son took his boat up there and launched it, this summer because we didn't wanna go through the lock to get out into the big lake.
Yeah, get you to the straits quicker.
And like,
Yeah.
you know, the county fairground improvements, but most people go up and use
Yeah.
the fair, I mean, they go to the fair. So
Right. Tuscarora Township people, they love that, yep.
I don't if I can help it, only because it's a money pit, but you know,
Well, I go look at the animals.
yeah. But then my grandkids want to play games. So
So is there a motion and then?
I make a motion that we join this. Is that, I don't know exactly how that
Yeah.
should be
That-
worded, but
That we agree with the survey. That's mainly what she's saying that she would like to have. The only item I need is the concurrence on the draft survey questions.
well, no, we need to work with them though also,
Yeah.
that we're saying we want to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
wanna
have to
be-
say,
Yeah, so
we
you-
want to be, we
Yeah.
want to re-up our 5-year plan early for free.
Yes, we would like to
Then
be
make a motion
involved
that we
with
move
this
forward
grant
with the whole
opportunity.
process.
There you go. Okay. Brian go ahead, Brian.
Let's make a motion that we move forward with this whole process.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll second that.
I'll find out if there's any documents that need to be signed and get them to whichever one of you guys needs to sign them and where they're at right now in the process. I know that when she left after we went through the draft survey questions, she said sometime this month, 1st of April, that we would have, the survey would be published and ready to go out, which we'll share on social media and wherever else we have to. And then she would be setting up meetings because they will have to have public hearings, and they would do that anyway, here or anywhere else where they need to. The same thing with, we're working on the county master plan update, and there will be public meetings here
Okay.
on that too. So,
Awesome. All right, so we have a motion and we have a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Okay,
If you need help with any of the daytime stuff, my schedule's more
That's
flexible.
perfect,
Just let
'cause
me know.
mine is not
I will help.
anymore. All right, line item 20, public comments.
I want to thank you all for all you do.
Thank you.
No one has any idea until they attend your meetings and then they know this much. Or they walk in your shoes and then they know this much, right? And they just assume it happens. And it's gotta get discouraging, the fact that they only come to you when there's a complaint or they want something, right? And they don't give you the recognition that says, hey, wait a minute, I not only have to, as a group, we have to manage all the equipment and responsibilities of taking care of all this stuff and come up with the money too, beg for the budget kind of situation. And so I just can't thank you enough for getting the job done and getting it done so well with no chaos.
Thank you.
Thank-
That's appreciated.
Couple things. I just mentioned that the county is working on their master plan, and as you guys probably mostly know, the township no longer has a planning commission and no longer has a master plan, because that was defunct back, I don't know, when did that thing expire? 2022, I think. So, we will fall under the county master plan. So that will be happening. There will be some hearings here. They'll have public meetings around the county for that. And I'm watching for stuff that fits, making sure that we're getting the things that fit in our township, because we're a little bit different than everybody else. Just a little bit. And then the other thing is you talked about the grant. I don't know if you all know, but the Women's Club applied for a Consumers Power grant. And we leveraged the grant that Trudy was applying for through, it's not Sparks, what is it?
No, it's a recreational passport.
Yeah, passport grant. So we leveraged the two together. We wrote, there was two of us, Jenny Steele and I spent 2 hours on a Zoom meeting filling out grant application. It was kind of fun, but long. And I think we have a pretty good shot. And if we get that grant, we'll know April 17th, I think is the day we'll know if we made the top 10. And then we have to do a presentation and have that in by, I think, mid-May. And then June 1st, we would have to go present, and I have no idea where that will be. But the top three, they award 3 prizes. First place is $25,000, second is 15, and third is 10, I think, were the 3. So we're hoping that they're gonna like a few old ladies that are doing a lot of nice things in town.
Awesome.
So we'll know a little bit more about that, and that what we buy with that money, so we would purchase, the way it was laid out to us is we would purchase things for the park, like benches or garbage cans or a ramp, picnic tables, ADA compliant stuff.
Yep, that's what we have in there is ADA compliant, recyclable made
Yep.
handicap picnic tables.
Yep. So we could buy those and donate them, and that would count towards your match money.
Oh, thank
nice.
you.
So that's what we have to do, because we can't, what I was led to believe is we can't just give them, donate the money. We
Right.
have to spend it.
Spend it,
And
but
so
that
we
would
had
go
to list-
towards our mat.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good to
So
know.
when we did list ADA compliant picnic tables. We listed ADA beach ramp. We listed benches. I think there was a couple other things that we listed as potential, purchases that we would
One
make.
thing we had to add for points was a rain garden. I don't know if you had.
I don't
but-
remember if we
but
put
that
that
was
in there
one
or
of the
not.
things. There's things like that you can get these points for
Yeah,
that help your
All that
score
stuff, yep,
toward the
we-
end of getting it.
I'm pretty sure we did put that in there. I mean,
Yeah.
Chat GPT was our friend that night. So between the two of us, we were going back and forth emailing, so that we could get all the stuff in there right. So
Well, thank you. That's appreciated. All right. Any other public comments? Line item 21, board comments.
I've got one, dealing with the millage. No one likes millage, but the parks, Cooperation Park is old. It needs concession stand repairs, it needs playground repairs. There's a lot of repairs, minor looking. You go out, you look at the concession stand, it looks nice, but you start using it, and it's a hazard right now. We, as a Parks Commission, we have to come up with a way to get money to get some of these major things fixed. Cooperation Park started out, by my understanding, a lot with Clutchy really pushing it, and the community did a great job. We need to have the community help. We need the help. That's it.
Any other board comments?
Yeah. Doug, I'd like to thank you for your dedication to us and the taxpayers of Tuscarora Township.
Well, thank you.
You're gonna be sorely missed, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorely missed.
I will miss the job, the parks. I mean, I've had the most incredible office for the last 6 years.
Oh, there you go.
When you open up your door and the sun's rising across the baseball field, it's not too bad. And I have a comment, and I'm going to take this to the township board as well, but I think with my leaving, it is the perfect opportunity to take the parks or the maintenance out of parks and put the parks into maintenance. If you're gonna try for a millage in the way we are structured right now that we do it, the first thing that's gonna come back from everybody is, well, we're just paying for the township. Do you understand what I mean? Because the concept is we do township maintenance. You need to have 2 department heads. You need one at the park and one in town, and the person who replaces me needs to be over the 2 of them. Your year-round people that you keep for the year will be those 2 people. My Tom and my Vinny right now would each have town or whatever. The wintertime, they come back together. Everything pretty much works exactly like it does now, with the exception is you take the hiring of me from this board and put it in the township board. You know what I mean? You just gotta move money. There's some work that has to be done to do that, but it clears up the division, and it also opens up things that you can do to make money, save money, I should say. Right now, the contract on the maintenance of cleaning this building is coming up. It's going out for bid. You could, if you had township maintenance, you could move that inside and have your people doing it for a considerable amount less. Your part of your sewer checks, going around and doing the daily monitoring of the lift stations, you could have someone inside of this. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking a baby step toward a DPW. And I have thought this many, many different ways and tried to track it, and I know there's some logistics that you have to go through. But for the health of your parks, you need to have your parks stand alone.
So you guys, you understand that if you do go for a parks millage, that millage money can only be used for parks. It cannot cross lines. It's restricted.
Yes, but that's not, you're gonna fight the perception that everybody's gonna say. That's all I know how it works,
Well, it's
but I
just
know
like the
what.
police department. They have a millage and they can only use that money for police. And the same thing with fire and the same thing with lights.
Right, but you don't have a defined line here.
Yeah.
Your tractor belongs to both. Your
Yeah.
snow blower belongs to both. The mower belongs to both. So once you go for a millage and now the parks is, so you gotta make a line between the 2 in order to separate parks from,
Well, it would be maintenance.
to be its own. You can't have it running the township, in my opinion. That's all I think you should look forward. That's from just how I've tried to maneuver through the system for this past time, and it would be simplified if it were just reversing the roles.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Okay, any more board comments? Can I get a motion to adjourn? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Meeting ends at 7:19.